everyone. I am Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Tonight I'm coming to you live on both my page and the Craft Around the Clock page. If you're not familiar with Craft Around the Clock, I encourage you to go check it out, give them a follow, and there is crafting from sunup to sundown 5 days a week. And then there's usually some events or different things get shared into the group on Saturday and Sunday. So it's a great thing to do. So make sure you're following both my page and Craft Around the Clock. In 1 second, I forgot to shut my door. So sorry about that. Okay, so tonight what we're going to do is I'm debuting my brand new kit. This is for all those grandparents out there that adore your grandkids. So it's Grandkids Welcome, Parents by Appointment. I don't know about you, but once those little grandbabies walk in, your kids are like, who? Okay, so the kit comes with everything you see here. Okay, shipped to your home, $25. The link is in the top if you would like to purchase it. To get started, let me get my Facebook up here. I do have my timer set, so make sure you're commenting. When the timer goes off, I look over and whoever's comment I see gets entered into Happy Mail. Okay, hello Dorothy, hello Wanda. Thank you ladies for joining, I appreciate that. Let me see if I can get these up. There we go. Debbie from Ohio, Pamela, hello. Hi Sherry. Sherry, this is for you. Grandkids Welcome, Parents by Appointment. Right? Okay, so the kit comes like this. It comes with the board that is not stained, not painted, nothing, your backer board. And then it comes with all of the pieces, and all of the pieces have the sticky back on them. So it's very easy to assemble. Okay, so I already started this one. We're going to go ahead and get this finished painting the back of this, the backer board. So what I did is I taped this part off. Well, first of all, I stained the whole backer board. Okay, then I taped this off, and if you want to know the measurements I did 1.5 inches down from the hole, from the bottom of the hole. I drew a line, and that's where I'm lining up my tape. And then I did 6 inches down from the hole for this, okay? And then when we get this all done, it's gonna look really cute. But you see how that white isn't really great coverage? So we're gonna paint that again. Hello, Tracy. Thanks for hopping on. Pardon my voice, it's called allergies. They're just, you know, hanging around. Can't get rid of them. Even though I've been to the doctor on a couple different medicines, still can't seem to get them to settle down. All right, so all I'm going to do is just put another coat of white on this because I want that white a little more vibrant than that. So we're just going to paint this. I already did the first coat, so we didn't have to do all of that. And of course, this, if you purchase this kit, you could do anything you want with it. You could paint these different colors. You could not paint it at all. You could just stain it. You know, you could paint it to match your home. You know, my house, excuse me, my home is yellow siding with kind of a red brick. And so if I did this for my house, I would probably do something that would coordinate with that. But I'm going to keep this one very generic. It's going to be black and white, kind of in that farmhouse motif that I like so much. And I'm just gonna keep going with this, make sure all my streaks are out. If you see someone commenting as Kathy Creates, that is my mom. She helps me out with the comments, answers any questions that y'all might have, so forth. Hello, Mary from Ocean Breeze and Me. Need to drink some hot tea with lemon and honey. It doesn't help. I've tried everything. Nothing really is helping. But, okay, so we've got that painted. So now I am going to go ahead and dry that, and then we'll set it aside. The doctor prescribed a couple of different things for me. I think it's helping like a teeny bit, but I think until this weather just stops, it's not going to do much. And then, of course, I was exposed to COVID, I found out today. I was exposed to COVID on Thursday and Friday at my conference that I went to. 2 of the people that I was around the whole time had COVID. So, hello, Autumn. Thank you, Dorothy, for sprinkling. Hello, Barb. So now I've been, I'm COVID tested too, because with this, I don't know. It's just a bad time to have allergies, I guess. Okay, this is pretty dry, so let's set that aside and they can finish drying. And I think that's going to be a good enough coat. I don't think we're going to need to put another coat on. No. Oops, my heat gun just fell off the ledge I have down there for it. Okay. Excuse me. Trying not to do that. Okay, so now we are going to take all of these pieces, and again, I'm going to do my little trick. You guys know I like to do this with the tape. I am going to pull off some tape. Oh, I'm fine, Autumn. And I've been vaccinated and boosted, so I'm not really too worried about the COVID exposure. Other than it just kind of ruins our plans for the weekend. We were going to go out of town, but that's kind of irresponsible now, so we're not going anywhere, sadly. I was really looking forward to getting out of town for a few days, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to put all of these smaller pieces on here because it's so much easier to paint when they are stuck down. Excuse me. Oops, whoops, whoops, and I just flipped it over. Like I said, I'm not too worried really about the COVID because I've been vaccinated, boosted, all of the things. So even if I get it, it shouldn't be too terribly bad. I'm hoping. Let's hope. So, that's why we do all that, right? Okay. So now we are going to, yes, no COVID. I tested this morning and there's no, or this afternoon, because I found out about it late afternoon today. The people I was with that have it, they texted me or emailed me and let me know. So I tested when I got home and I'm negative. So as of right now, I'm fine. But, we would be around a lot of people when we go up to my father-in-law's cabin, so I just can't take that risk. And according to CDC, you've got 10 days, and it would only be 7 when we leave to go up there, so I just can't do it. So we'll be sticking around the house. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm painting these, but what I'm doing is when I load my sponge, because this is something that a lot of people do wrong when I do my make and takes, they load it all up with tons and tons of paint, and then they swipe. Don't do that. You want to load it, but then kind of offload it. See how I'm kind of spreading it out all over my plate? Because I'm offloading. And then I'm just dabbing up and down. I'm not wiping and dragging. Oh, that's good, Mary. That's good. Yeah, and I'll test again a couple of times this week just to be sure. And I'll be wearing a mask at work now that I know I've been exposed, just to be safe. That way, if I do end up getting it, I won't be exposing other people. But as of tonight, I'm negative. It's nice having those kits at home, those test kits, so you can just test, whenever the need. I feel fine. It's just the voice and a little bit of the cough, but it's not, like I said, it's not COVID right now. This is just the allergies. Okay, so I don't have this one taped down. As you can see, it kind of moves around, so you kind of got to hold on to it a little bit. So is everybody dodging this weather? We were saying that we were going to have some severe storms. Fortunately, I think most of it missed us. We had a little bit of wind just a little bit ago, right before I got on live. No, I'm kidding, Sherry. But it's kind of past already, it sounds like. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to go live. But so far, so good. Oh my gosh, yes, Wanda. You can do this exact same technique that I'm doing right now. You just need to be very gentle. Don't push hard and try to keep your sponge just over the part. I have done that. If there's been something that I wanted to touch up because I noticed that there was, you know, a little bit of, you know, a bare spot that didn't cover well. Or you could even, let me see if I've got one handy here. You could even, you know, like lay this down. Let me move this. You know, kind of get it in there close so that it's gonna, you know, it will catch. See where it's got that little bit of black on there? It's gonna catch it instead of getting it on the surface. I've done that. So yes, Pearl, you could still do this exact same technique, which would be much easier than using a brush. A brush would be much harder, I think, to control, because here, as long as you're not pushing up and down, you know, I mean, I'm pushing kind of hard because I know I don't need to really pay attention. And I'm kind of, you know, going over the end. So I'm getting that overlap onto my paper towel. But, you know, if I wanted to be very careful with this, I could. Let's see. See if I can find a clean piece of towel. And I can show you. And even for that matter, you could probably put down a piece of, let's see, that's a little better. We'll go right there. So remember, we're up here is where the stuff is. But if I offload my paint, and then I just go very gently up and down, making sure I'm keeping my sponge level. You don't want it tipping, you know, one way or the other. You know, you could do this just like I'm doing and not touch your background. Again, you need to be very careful. I'll show you that it is possible. Offloading's the key. You definitely want to offload. You don't want to have a lot of excess. And you want to keep that sponge level. Okay. And depending on what surface you're doing this on, you know, you might be able to even touch up the background if you do happen to slip a little. It still would be easier, I think, to do it this way than with a brush. I have much more control this way. Okay, I think I've got that painted. So now let me pick this up and show you. There is no paint right here where I was. Okay, so you could do exactly what I just did. The key, offload, and keep your sponge perfectly level. Okay, you see how it's kind of beveled? You want to keep it level, because if you tilt it, then you're going to hit edges. But if you keep it level, it should work. Dorothy, you are in the running for Happy Mail Lady. Right, Wanda, practice. Practice dabbing. I'm telling you, it's the best thing. Now, I am going to go back and do a second coat on these, because they kind of need it. I see a few spots that I missed. So we're going to pull these back onto here, and we're going to do a second coat, because I can kind of see where I missed a little bit. So again, the key, offload and dab. Just want to dab up and down. And like I said, I'm not being super careful here because I don't need to be, but as you can see, you can do it if you're careful on another surface. Oh, good, Dorothy. I'm glad the storms went by you. Mom, did you guys get much? Because Mom usually gets it right before we get it, and we didn't get much, so I don't know if Mom got anything. It got windy for a few minutes right before I came on live. Mom lives about, what is it, 10, 12 miles pretty much due west of me. We're pretty much right in line. She's a teeny bit south, but not much. Maybe a mile south and about 10 miles west. I'm sorry, guys. I keep clearing my throat. So annoying. Yeah, like see here, I'm getting it all over the paper towel because I'm not being careful at all because I don't need to be. So if you guys have been following along with our excitement, we got our letter in the mail today from that big giant craft show we're doing in October. We got our packet in the mail today, so it is official. We have our parking passes. So it's kind of scary and fun and exciting and all the things all wrapped up in one. It's definitely the biggest show we've ever done. Will you stay safe, Wanda? Mom said rained really hard for 10 minutes, a little wind, now nothing. Yep, that's pretty much here. Chris, you're in Weston, which is south of us, probably about 10 miles south, maybe 15 miles west-ish. Dark, windy, and rain in Weston. Or no rain in Weston. Dark and windy, but no rain in Weston. Well, that's good. Wanda, you be safe. If you need to go and take cover, do it, girl. You can always catch the replay. Don't want anybody getting hurt watching me. Wanda, where are you at again? Are you in Louisiana? Is that right? Yes, I know, Sherry. It's exciting. It's kind of scary and exciting and all of the things all at once. All right. So before I get black paint all over my white stained sign, I am going to take a wipe and wipe my hands off. It is so big. Come here for the craft shows. Where is here, Wanda? I forget where you're at. Where are you at, Wanda? Virginia. Okay. In between the mountains. Yeah, we are super excited about the Apple Butter Fest. Like I said, scared, nervous, excited, all of the things all in once. I've been to it many times as a spectator and a shopper, but never as a vendor. So I don't really know what to expect. I mean, how do you plan for 40,000 people? You know, I don't know. So we're kind of planning on taking about double our inventory that we normally do for shows. I'm hoping for the best. We're in Virginia, in between the mountains. All right, we almost have this all dry. It's looking good. All right. Will be an early morning for you to set up. Actually, we have to go the night before to set up. I'm not overly thrilled about that. I don't really like leaving our stuff out overnight, but that's the rules. So, all right, so I'm going to peel this tape off. We do have to be there by 7 at the latest, though, because that's when they close the streets. So we have to be there by 7. So what I'm thinking we're going to do the night before is we'll go and set up the tent, set up the our table, the display, because we have a 3D display thing. We'll set that up, but we're not going to put any of the actual product out. It'll be there. It'll be in Tough Totes, but we're not going to put it out because I don't want the risk of something happening to it. I'm not really worried about it being stolen because they're going to have police presence there all night to keep, make sure that nothing is stolen overnight. But I'm more worried about if it storms, is it going to get blown over, that type of thing. So I'm going to leave it in the Tough Totes because I would just feel better. Oh, really, Sherry? Well, we have to be there by 7, and I don't think it even starts until, I don't remember now, 9, 10, 11. I mean, it's later. So I'm not too worried about that. We'll have plenty of time to set up because, I've got this down to a science of how it all goes up. So, if we're going to have all the display stuff set already, and all we have to do is actually put our stuff on it, that's easy. That'll take me maybe a half hour at most. So, and by that point, Bob usually helps me get everything, the table set up, the display thing set up. He helps with all that, and then he just goes and sits down because I put stuff up and then I change it a zillion times and put it up, tear it down, put it up, tear it down because I'm fussy about how it looks. And so I'm forever changing it. So he's like, yeah, you just do you. He's given up on me. Hi, Linda. Oh, no worries. No worries. Okay, so I'm just going to space these out. Place them on here, and then once we get the spacing all set, then we can start peeling them off and sticking them down. Oops, there's a little piece of fuzz or hair or something. This sign definitely speaks to me. I wanted to make this one for a while. Because, my little honey girl just means the world to me. And soon there's going to be another one. Soon Emmett's going to be here. He is due 1 month from today. I'm so excited that he's coming. It's getting close. And his mommy had Ava 2 weeks early. So it's very possible that he'll be coming soon. Aw, thank you. All right, so let's see. And then we're just spacing these out, getting our spacing. You got that right, Dorothy. They are a glow of sunshine. I could not love that little peanut anymore. She just makes my heart happy. Okay. So that is, I'm going to put this over here because it's got my little dot for the word appointment. And I don't want to lose it. So we're going to put that over there. And then we're just going to start peeling these and sticking them down. Now that I got my spacing, I just kind of eyeball it. Keep in mind that the center is where the holes are. And then I just kind of keep playing with it till I get my spacing the way I want it. And that's it. And then we start sticking it down. We cut the letters. This is a kit from my website. We have a laser and we cut them. Now, the key to ours, Dorothy, you are getting another entry, lady. The key to ours is they all have sticky back. You just saw me peel this off. This is the backing of our sticky back. So every piece that we cut for these kits has the sticky back. Well, hello, Jackie. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. Yes, this is on our website. I've linked it to the top of the page. Mom, if you get a moment, if you could link it in the comments. That way it's easy for everybody to find. I just love this sign. Because this one is all about those grandbabies. And let's be honest, we love our children still, but there's something special about those grandbabies. Yes, I am Kathy Creates. I am Kathy from Kathy Creates. The laser, yes, it is an expensive tool, but it's fun. And we've made it into our business, so, you know, it's kind of paying for itself in that sense. Yes, I will put a bow on it. There will be a beautiful bow. I am all about the bows. I like my bows. And if you've been around for a while, you know I like my bows. We're going to put a hanger on it and a bow. And now when I make these and we sell them, we also spray them with a polyurethane. They all get 3 coats of polyurethane on them. That just helps them to keep them from getting scratched up and stuff, you know, when you store them, if you take them down and you store them. And because, you know, we have a lot of seasonal ones, so, you know, you can trade them out. Of course, the raffia. Oh, absolutely. Yep, this is only my second grandbaby. My first one is 4. She'll be 5 in October, so she'll be 5 just shortly after the baby's born. So she's going to be a big help to her mama. We just can't wait for little Emmett to get here. She's having a little brother. My shop name is Kathy Creates. The link to this sign, and it will take you to our website, is at the top of this post. And then I think Mom was going to post it as well. Wanda, yes, they can be expensive. Ours is not a Glowforge. It's called a Boss Laser. And it's a little bit bigger than the Glowforges. So we can do a little bit bigger things with it, which is nice. Nancy, you have 3 fun and little crazy granddaughters. Oh my goodness. I know my one little granddaughter is just a joy. I just love that kid so much. It's not even funny. You know, my mom always said, you know, it's amazing how much you love your grandchildren and that you just can't imagine. And I didn't really get it. I'm like, well, you loved us as kids, so I don't get it. But there is a difference. And like I said, I'm not saying I don't love my kids. I think it's because you don't have the pressure, you know, of raising them. That it's just fun. You just have all the fun with them, you know. You don't have the responsibility, I guess. So that, I think, is why I love it so much. Because then, you know, when I'm done, I can say, okay, I'm tired. Come get her. You know, we've taken her for the weekend now. Exactly. Exactly. She just makes us laugh. She makes my heart happy. Just bottom line, she makes my heart happy. I just love that little peanut to death. We've taken her for the weekend a couple of times. We've had a blast with her. We took her up north with us once. We've taken her camping for a weekend. We keep her overnight quite a bit. I just have a blast with her. She crafts with me when we have her for the weekends. She loves to craft. Matter of fact, when she's been, well, she was once with her, well, I guess it was with her other grandma. And I was doing a live, and her other grandma came across my live and was showing it to her. I craft with the tool all the time. Yes, there, Mom posted the link for it. So if you're interested in the kit, it's right there. But she was watching me craft with her other grandma, and she told the other grandma, she's crafting without me. Like she thinks I only craft when she's here. I thought that was so cute. It was so precious. She's a doll. I love that kid. Okay, and then we got our one tiny little dot over here. I just can't wait for the lemon to get here. Okay, and then here's our dot. Now I will caution you, if you purchase this kit, the sticky back is no joke, okay? So, yeah, right, Nancy? Yeah, she's crafting without me. She said that. Her other grandma typed it in and said she said you're crafting without me. So we had to make sure we crafted when she came over next. Okay, so, see, we're all stuck. No glue. See how easy that is? These are so easy to put together. They're so much fun to do. All right, so now I'm going to take, I have this thick jute that I use for my hangers. And I think this is the hardest part, actually. Sometimes I have to put tape on it if it's, well, too frazzled. Well, that got that through right away. I did get in trouble, Wanda. She yelled at me. Thanks, Sherry. See what happens? It kind of comes undone. Sometimes I have to put some tape on it if it gets too... Most of the time I can get it to go through. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it that time, but it's still a little frayed, but we'll fix it. Just gotta get, there we go. Okay, so I go in the front and then come back up the back, and that makes our hanger. And you can make this as long as you want. This is just how I do it. So I don't want the hanger to be the center of attention. I want my bow and the sign itself to be the center. So I make my hangers kind of short. Yeah, she is like wickedly good at giant Jenga. It's crazy. She can pull, and then she just walks up and yanks it out. I mean, there's no like hesitation. There's no, you know, wiggling it back and forth like we do. She just walks up, grabs it, and yanks it out. And it stays. If I did that, it would fall over for sure. Absolutely for sure. No, I don't sell just the letters. The whole kit is what's for sale. It's got the letters and the backer board. Okay, so now we're going to make our bow. So we're going to set this aside. And I already have a piece of my burlap cut, and I already have the, what are they called? Dovetails cut in them. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I'm going to do, of course, my buffalo plaid. If you're new to my page, I'm slightly obsessed with buffalo plaid. It's in almost everything I do. Oh, thank you, Barb. Okay, so I'm going to take this. We're going to fold it in half. We're going to fold it in half again this way. Flip it up. To do your dovetail, you're going to start at the bottom outside edge and go up to the middle. And then when you open it up, you have a nice little dovetail. Okay, so we're doing that. And then I'm going to pull a piece of ribbon or of twine. You've got to put the raffia on. You all know me and my raffia. Or if you don't, you'll soon know. So we're going to pull some raffia out. And I just match up 2 or 3 pieces, match up the ends. Barb, you are in the running for Happy Mail. Timer is going off. Barb. Old Pfeiffer. Okay. All right, so we're going to make a loop, just like that. And then we're going to go back the other way. We're just going to keep going back and forth. Don't worry about these little ends sticking out. We can trim that. Okay, give it a little twist. Kind of helps hold it together. Okay, pull it tight. All right, let's go ahead and trim that craziness off. All right, so now to make my bow, take my ribbon, fold it in thirds, kind of cheat your ends down, just like so. So you kind of have this little package. You're going to lay it down, kind of smush it down. My Avery says, Grammy, I already told you the rules. There you go. And then we're going to do the same thing with the buffalo plaid. Okay. We're going to lay that down. Okay. Then we're going to take our raffia. We're going to lay it down across it. Then we're going to flip the whole thing over. So we have one string going up, one string going down. All right. We're going to take that and tie it in a knot. Before we pull it tight, I'm going to pinch it together with my fingers, kind of gather it. And then before I tighten it, I'm going to look to make sure my raffia is in the center, and it's not. It's up at the top. So I'm going to adjust that a little before I pull it tight. There we go. Because I like that right in the center of my bow. I don't want it on the top or the bottom. And then I just double knot it. Okay, so we have our little bow made. Now, I am going to use a different floral just because I'm getting kind of tired of the same one. So this one we're going to use. This is from Hobby Lobby. It is $7.99, just like the other one. And we're going to use 2 pieces of this. So it's got several. I am in Ohio. Absolutely, you can use a debit card. I am in Northwest Ohio, near the Michigan line. We're only maybe 20 miles from the Michigan line. All right, so I don't know if you guys all know this, but you can adjust floral. Most of them you can just slide up and down. See how all this greenery is down here? I don't want it down there because I'm going to cut off a big chunk of this. So I'm sliding it all up towards the top, like that. And I'm going to do that on this one as well. Oh, this one's missing this little flower. We're going to get a different one. It's missing the berries. That just had the greenery. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to slide those up. And then we're going to cut off all but about, we're going to leave about an inch, inch and a half. See how much I'm leaving there? How are we doing on time? Okay, we got 7 minutes left. All right. Then we're going to take a piece of wire. All right, and we're going to overlap those like so. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just going to overlap them. Actually, that might be a little big. Yep, that's a little big. We need to trim this down a little. Now that I look at it, it's a little too long. I didn't push my greenery up far enough. I just want it to poke out from behind the bow. That's better. See how that's going to look? It's just poking out. That's where I want it to be. All right, so I'm just overlapping them, just overlapping those stems, just like that. And then we're going to wrap it with the wire. I'm just going to wrap it tight. Okay, so you have this little bundle. Can you see the wire on there? So it's just like that. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take our bow, we're going to flip it back over, we're going to pull our twine one up, one down, and we're going to just lay this across it, just like so, and then we're going to tie it. These would also make great gifts for grandparents. You know, even if you're not a grandparent, if your parents are grandparents, You're looking for a gift that even the kids could help make. You could have them do the letters for you. This would be a great gift. All right, so now I'm just going to fluff up my bow a little bit, fluff up my raffia. And then we're just going to staple it onto our bow, or onto our sign. Now, the way I like to do this, two things. One, I like to pull up my hanger from the back, find the center. That way you know your bow's always centered. Okay, once you got that centered, then I go inside the back loop of the bow with my staple gun. We do all types. We make a lot of, for my Craft Around the Clock page, or for my page where I do the lives, I do all types. I do a lot of wood things because we have the laser, so it's easy for me to get the supplies. I just say, hey, honey, cut me that sign, or cut me this word, or, you know, something like that. But I do a lot with napkins. I do a lot with, like, window clings. I kind of do all over the place for the crafts. For the business, we do mostly this type of thing, mostly these kind of signs. We do custom work as well. Oops, am I out of staples? That one didn't go. Let's see, we might got staples. We're out of staples. That's okay. You guys get the idea. I got one staple and I'll have to staple the other side. So that is what it looks like, complete. And again, you can paint this any way you want. If you don't want to paint it at all, if you want to flip it, make the, you know, the back part black and the words white, whatever you want to do, you can definitely do that. Hello, Millie. I'm so glad you're here. Peggy, thanks for coming on. But that is my craft for tonight. Like I said, if you're interested in this, it is on my website. It is linked in the comments and as well as at the top. Make sure that you are following both my page and the Craft Around the Clock page. There is live crafting on the Craft Around the Clock page from early morning till late at night, Monday through Friday. And then there's always replays and things being posted in on the weekends. So there's always something to watch. If you're looking for something to do and to craft and to get ideas, to be inspired, you want to be following them. Next up is His Girl Designs. She will be coming up after me, so make sure you stick around. I told Brian I wasn't allowed over without Mason. There you go, Chris. I totally get it. Thank you, Sherry. Or yes, too. Exactly. But I know I will be hanging one of these on my door soon as well. Those grandkids are just, I'm telling you, they're the best. I love my kids, but there's something special about those grandbabies. That is for sure. But, okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you stick around and watch His Girl Designs. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.